Hey there, Scorpio. This is Isel, the Altruistic Mystic on YouTube. That's the name I go by. Yeah, I did a channeled reading for Pisces and Leo the other night, and you know, I started thinking about it today, and I figured, you know, it might as well be good to go through the other signs. I think that was my cat, Marcel. Yeah, so this is just channeled energy, channeled messages, an overall energy here that I feel is present is toxicity, toxic matter in regard to truth, toxic matter in regard to communication. It's a recognition of what is and isn't being felt. What is, it's you recognizing the information that you bring others, your communication, your information, the interactions between you and others, what is felt by them. There's a level here where you need to recognize that what you bring to the table needs to be crystal clear. It needs to be very crystal clear in regard to those that you are communicating with, and also the energy that you take in from others. You know, Scorpio is a very strong, powerful sign, very intuitive, very psychic. You know, you guys, you're able to tap into information and energy in regard to people, in regard to situations. You can sniff out a rat often enough. You know, it's like you have these kind of innate energies where you're able to piece together the truth behind the message. You're able to see beneath the lines. You know, it's like there's an understanding of the deeper message and why people make those inflections and why people do this and that, you know, and it's like, and it's all kind of like in this collective bank that only you have access to. And so you understand when people are trying to pull the wool over your eyes. You also understand when things are being said for specific reasons. You can decipher certain manipulations, which I think makes it in turn so appealing to be able to manipulate situations on your part. And also how potentially easy that can be in regard to how you feel to manipulation and how you incorporate it in your lifestyle. I'm not saying every Scorpio is going to manipulate everybody, but there's a very definite theme with Scorpio in regard to manipulation. And so I want to, I guess, pay attention to manipulation in certain ways, just because Leo actually got it too. But in their message, the message for manipulation for Leo was actually to be able to incorporate a certain level of manipulation in a positive way towards their outcomes, towards the outcomes of others. And there was a specific key in that message in regard to the positive outcome of others within that type of added manipulation. And it also talked about manipulation that wasn't so great. So either way, though, I'm not suggesting that you manipulate anybody, but I guess I'm just really trying to convey here that it's important to recognize the truth that we carry when we communicate something, but also, like I just said, like those subtle things. When you're communicating, recognize the entirety of the truth behind the messages you're communicating to somebody, because it's crucial and the truth is out there. So It's like, I don't want to, I'm having trouble talking, communicate. Yeah, there's a definite energy where it's like the energy and the communication that you're bringing forth to others is, it's like you have to also be conscious of the subtleties that are slowly like working their way in with that communication to others, just because they're counting on you to deliver very clear-cut messages. So be careful of how you are able to persuade a situation or be persuaded by others. So in the flip side of this, you know, when you are in communication with others, just be a little bit more conscious of what you're taking in from them. See between the lines again, you know, and if what you're looking at doesn't look clear, ask questions and don't be afraid to call somebody on their bullshit. That's the truth. Yeah, because it's like there's a level here too where it's like you may be ending up playing judge, jury, and executioner in a certain situation in regard to what it is that you are communicating with others about and what is being brought to you. Judge, jury, executioner. It's like energies can be flared. Anger, miscommunication can be flared, but also deflected. Okay. In regard to where you are seeing patterns in others within situations of lack, how others tend to, it's like fall away to the sides, drop off the face of the earth. You know, when people start to go inward, inward implies that they're intending to go within themselves to seek, to search. Some may. When I'm saying it, though, it doesn't feel that way. It feels more insular, but to protect themselves, to protect their mushy self, their core, that they don't want out. So pay attention to those types of things. Pay attention to those cycles where I don't know why I'm being said this, but this is what it is. Like, pay attention to those things because there's deeper lessons in that. There's deeper information within the message. Okay. So, overall energy. That's part of the overall energy. What else for Scorpio, please? September 2018, Scorpio energy. What is the overall energy for Scorpio? Yeah, I feel like some of you are going to be feeling like you're put in a corner, or like you're being put into a box, or like there's something restricting around your energy. It's like, and like you can hold yourself in very, very tightly if you need to, and sometimes you do, just out of like your own depression and pain, you can hold yourself within so tight that you're like a little roly-poly, but like times a million, you know. It's like you just go within yourself. Some of these people are going to be insular because they want to get away, because there's certain communication that they don't want to have. Also with the restriction aspect, you need to be careful of just how much you're blocking out. To block out a little is okay, but like if you're blocking out an entire situation, be careful with that, just because you have to open yourself to it. There's something special here for you. And by special, I don't mean like puppies and rainbows and like wedding bells. What I mean is like there's something very special for you to understand here. And it's about you and how you perceive information, what you take in, how you process it. There's a definite level of jumping to conclusions. There's a definite level of needing to be right, wanting to know all of the information and needing to be right with what you understand, but also sometimes morphing what you understand to suit a situation so it seems right, which is another subtlety within manipulation. Okay. Some of you, I feel, are like praying a lot. I don't mean to laugh at that. I'm not laughing at prayer. I love prayer. I believe in prayer 100%. It just seems like what I'm feeling, like the circumstances that you're kind of getting involved with or like wanting to come out of, it's almost like, oh my God, dear Lord, help me, you know. There's a lot of like conflict within this energy. Yeah, and the prayer will help, you know. Prayer will help. Like if you ask for your angels, if you ask for your guides, like to help you, they will help you. You know, that is their job. This is the connection that you have with these entities. Like these are the things that they are here to help you with, you know, but you have to be very clear in how you say it. Again, a reference to what I just mentioned in regard to the message within the message, you know. What are we truly sending with this pigeon? Like, it's going to go, but what are we truly sending with it? Because when the message arrives, God hope the receiver speaks pigeon, you know. Like, that's kind of what I mean. Like, there's a certain type of language when you are in life, and also when you work with your guides and your angels. You need to be very clear, very true, very promise is the promise that is spoken must be kept. I feel like Leo or Pisces also got a little bit of that as Pisces. It was Pisces in regard to the communication, in regard to the truth behind the communication. And theirs, I feel, is like pretty darn different. But yeah. Okay. I feel like some of you feel like you're racing past everything, like, and it's not like you're rushing to this and that. It's almost like there's like this, like you're a racehorse, and like you have a jockey on your back, like whipping you, and you have to go, but the destination is, it's entirely of your making, but it's also, yeah, it's the outcome of your making, but there's something about it being subjective to the other party as well. Like there's something that they're able to incorporate in that. And I think it's important here for you to listen to that too. I think it's important for you to take into consideration what they're talking about. Like, because I feel like this automatic, like, well, I know that. Well, I know that. Oh yeah, I know that. But I feel like there's really important something back to that like gift or whatever it was that was like coming to you, that key, that piece that was coming to you. It was special. Like that was it. Like there's something about that. There's something. Okay. So yeah, eat, love, pray, I guess. I don't know. I want to go back to that, and it's something different. It's something different. It's about that toxicity again. Some of you are dealing with toxicity within your relationships and with yourself. It's the relationship with yourself. I'm going to get into a relationship aspect within this reading towards the end or in a little bit, but this is the relationship with yourself, and there's a level of toxicity where it's like, it's thick. It makes me feel like, you know, scrubbing won't do. Like, this is something like you have to peel off of yourself, and it's like that thick. Like, there's like a heavy energy over yourself. And the thing is, the energy itself is not necessarily like so damning or, you know, it's not like you've done so wrong. You know, some people have done pretty wrong, and any sign, that's a given for any sign. But what I'm talking about is this energy that is attached to you. It's there for your benefit, because what it's doing is it's causing you, when you emote, you take in energy. It's that gut feeling. It's that feeling of like, oh, you know, and you know how to operate from there, that point on, once you receive that message. And that's something that you do innately. That's something that you do like daily, you know. But it's there to show you it's like the I'm seeing like a well, and it's been raining, and the well starts to fill and fill and fill and fill, and finally the well gets to the top and it's like overflowing, you know. And so like I feel like we're at a point where we are elevating ourselves, and these feelings, these you know, this stuff this layer of energy, this layer of toxic energy that you have been my stomach's growling, overcome by a bit within yourself. This is messages and lessons for you, where it's like, okay, well, the lesson, the well has been getting higher and higher. I'm learning the lesson, you know, and you can release that. And it's about like taking away from this, like, I don't know, it's strange. Like I feel like a life jacket, but like of lessons, like it's your life jacket of lessons, you know, which I guess makes sense because we have, I don't know, maybe in my brain, I have a life jacket of lessons. Like I have lessons that I must wear. I have to step into this situation so I can wear this situation so that I can understand my lesson. You know, it's like you learn a lesson, you take it off, you let it go, and you put another lesson on. I don't know. That's how I feel right now about this. The toxicity is there for you. The toxicity is something that I think in a certain way some of you are actually happy to experience, and it's not necessarily negative. Like, yes, it can be negative, but I also feel that there's like a definite level of like, it's like being satisfied and knowing that you know yourself. Like there's something really pleasant about that, and it's something that I think actually helps you grow, just because it's like that water raising. It's like, yep, the level's done, the level's done, the level's done. Move on to the next thing, you know. Take the jacket off or take the lesson off and move on to the next thing. So yeah, okay, so that's the overall energy. All right, work. What do you feel about work? I feel like if you're going to be, like some of you are entrepreneurs, and that's great. I feel that those that are entrepreneurs and like even somebody like working for another person, but in a smaller business, I feel like you're fine in certain ways. Like everybody has their issues, but I feel like you are fine. This message is more for people who work in like a higher rank for a moment. I'm going to get back down to the other one because the other one was talking, but this one, it's like CEOs, like people like of that type of rank, you know. There's a big message here where it's like you've come to an understanding and a level within the development of your position, of your job, of what you're seeing in this situation, and something big isn't resonating with you any longer. It's like, it's almost like it's going against your truth. It's going against your core and some core beliefs as well, but it's wanting to have you reevaluated. It's wanting to have you look at dead in the eye and do I accept this? Do I take this? Do I continue to put into this? Do I resurrect this? It's almost like, you know, do I go around again? I think some of you are going to be evaluating if you want to stay within the positions that you're in, or if they're truly satisfying. If they're truly satisfying you, that's what it is. If you're going to remove yourself from a situation. Yeah, and like go after something that you can put roots into that actually feeds your heart. Something that feels organic to you, something that feels relieving to you. There's something about a breath of fresh air. It's something also about roots. I don't know if some of you want to like ditch the corporate world and go granola. I mean, that could be really cool, but you know, like do what is necessary for you to experience the best outcome. As far as people that are in human jobs, like normal jobs, you know, not CEO status. I mean, I don't want to be CEO, you know, but like, yeah, normal everyday living jobs. Like there's a level of you to ground, and the grounding happens by stepping into nature, kind of like that, with that last energy, with the roots and the organic. There's something about grounding, but also there's something about allowing that feeling to settle within you. Sometimes what I'm feeling is like this anxiety. Sometimes there's anxiety that's like, it's heightened and it escalates once we start to think more and more about it. And Scorpios are really, really beautiful creatures. They're beautiful creatures in how they go through life. They're even phosphorescent, like they glow in the dark. Like if you shine like a UV light on them, that's like the only way you can see them at night. So it's like when you're speaking to a Scorpio, you know, it's like the information is there, but there's like another entire realm. Like think about your life if you lived your life within like black light. Like what a completely different experience that would be. Everything's like strange, you know, but I think that the level of grounding that's necessary within this situation, within going out and feeling what you want to connect with, it doesn't have to just be in nature. It can be with things, connection to, I don't want to say people, because I feel that this is a necessary level of grounding where you actually need to come back to yourself. It doesn't have to necessarily be through a person or through a group. I think it's actually best that you keep your energy back. So yeah, doing things for yourself. I feel water too. I mean, yes, that's nature, sure, and it goes hand in hand with nature, great, but like, do that, you know, do that. I feel like at one point I suggested a float tank to people. That's feeling prevalent here. It's a lot of fun. What else? Meditation for sure. Deep meditation, guided meditation. I think some of you are actually going to start being driven and deciding to seek out guided meditation. Lillian Eden is one on YouTube. She's really, I like her. I like Lillian Eden a lot. And she has a ton of videos. You just go like check them out. But yeah, she's helpful in that regard. And also I want to say binaural beats. Binaural beats are tonal vibratory energy. They're sound and they heal us. You know, if you take our chakras, if you take our light energies, they vibrate on all different levels. Everything is a different level. And so with binaural beats, they each have a tonal range where they affect our vibration. And so when we're able to shift that and we're able to clean it out, cleanse it, being in nature, drinking water, cleaning ourselves out, going on a fast, whatever it is, prayer, Buddhism, meditation, whatever, you're changing that. You're changing that vibration for the better. So that's another way to incorporate that into grounding, you know, so you're grounded. Yeah, so the work, yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound too negative, I don't think. No. Love. Love. I'm feeling releasing conflict with people. Releasing conflict with people. Or people wanting to release conflict with you. Family members, loved ones, partners, ex-partners. Clearing up misunderstandings. Even like with the milkman. No, I wasn't supposed to get milk on Tuesday, but thanks. You know, like silly things like that, but also deeper things. It's also like looking at the history within your relationships, the ones that you're currently in, but also the ones that you've been in, the ones that you held on to so tightly. Take a peek at those things. Take a peek at the way that they've affected your life, the way that you have seen them progress, not progress, digress, fall apart, see how they've been positive, see the things that have been, I guess it's an evaluation of seeing the things that have been positive and negative in your relationships and how to either expand upon that or how to reel it back in so that you can have another crack at it, but in a understood, healed way. So you're not perpetuating cycles. You're actually able to come within range, within what we've experienced, so you can put it forth again, but in a completely different way with others. And I think that that's where the level of letting go of the conflict actually becomes more so prevalent. I feel that there's a definite need to listen. Again, with the calming down of, oh yeah, I knew that. I know that. Yeah. Oh, I knew that too. You didn't know that? Like that kind of stuff. Like there's something about that's really, it's detrimental to the situation because it doesn't allow the truth to be spoken. And the truth has to be spoken, you know, in regard to shifting the energy of conflict. You know, you have to listen to somebody. You have to give them the time to speak. And they do too with you. It's a dual-edged street. It is equal. There has to be equality within this situation. Otherwise, truth isn't able to be spoken. It's not allowed to be spoken because it gets stifled. You know, it can be spoken. It just doesn't get to expand. I feel a lot of you also are going to feel like you're 12 years old again. Like listening and clearing up some of this conflict. I feel like it could be 12-year-old conflict. It could be conflict from when you were 12 years old. I don't know. People hold on to stuff. What the hell was that? My house is weird. It's making like all these noises tonight. I don't know what's up. I feel things too, so who knows? But yeah, like it feels like these energies are being cleared up from either a long time ago or wherever they're leaving you inside of yourself. They're feeling very, you're feeling very young. You're feeling very immature. And I think it's important to trust that process and feel it. Don't try and run away from that immature energy. You're going to feel immature. You're going to feel stupid. There's some of you that are going to feel really stupid. And that's okay. That's okay. Just allow it to happen and allow yourself to see you're letting it go. Yeah, love. That's what I see right now. That's what I feel right now. I'm not feeling like, you know, puppies and rainbows. I mean, I feel that there's levels of communication that need to happen. Conflict in particular that needs to like diminish and die down and just, you know, really take stock in what we're involved in, basically, and what we want to be involved in as far as like how we communicate with others in the future, how we not communicate with others. So yeah, I feel that that's pretty much the energies within love and within the working world and within the overall energy of Scorpio right now. I feel like some of you are like worried like you're going to get harpooned. Like something's like going to harpoon you. I'm sorry, Scorpio. I know that's hard. You have to trust. You have to trust the process. You have to feel, like allow yourself to feel. Okay, I'm going to shut it down there. My name is Isel. I'm on YouTube as the Altruistic Mystic. And if you found this helpful, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And I would love your company. So yeah, hopefully all goes well and take care. Bye, Scorpio.